understand something. When we out here, it's about us. Yeah. Always, every time we step on this field, it's about us. All right? Have each other's back, have a great mindset, and let's have some damn fun. Huh? Back is on 3, 1, 2, 3, back.
Jordan, 6 weeks ago, you had emergency surgery, and then flash forward to Sunday, you played all 79 defensive snaps.
Yeah.
How would you describe the last 2 months?
It's been a whirlwind of emotions.
We did place Jordan Hicks on injured reserve. He's doing very well, was discharged pretty quickly from the hospital with all things considered.
You get in situations like that, you never think you're gonna possibly have your leg split wide open and real damage and amputation, all these words getting thrown around. So you never realize you never think it's gonna be you, and when it is, you just attack it, and you take time to look back on all you've done, and you take time to be thankful for your family and all the blessings that are around, right? The opportunity to go out there on Sundays. But yeah, it's been a whirlwind of emotions. It's been a heck of a ride, but glad to be back out there.
You suffered the injury on what was more of a routine hit, a collision with a helmet, and it just kind of went downhill from there for you. When did you realize something was wrong?
So I knew something was happening in my shin, but it wasn't until the third quarter after a long drive, I came out and I told the trainers, I'm like, I have nothing left. My foot, literally, I couldn't flex it, dorsiflex it up. It was just stuck down. I had no strength in it. So told them I had nothing left, and at that point they wanted to monitor it. I went back into the locker room, and the moment my adrenaline came down, the pain level instantly spiked. And at that point I knew it was something serious.
You had never felt anything like that before,
No, by far the worst pain I've ever felt.
That's crazy. And to think, I mean, to be honest, when it came out that it was compartment syndrome, I had to Google it myself. Yeah. I'd never really heard of it before. Did you hear that at all? Like, were you listening? Did they mention that to you?
At the end of the day, they knew. I was told, we're gonna go in, we're gonna drain it, we're gonna get the blood out, and if you wake up with a scar about this big, or a cut on your leg about this big, don't be surprised. That's when something we had to do.
I went to the hospital yesterday and saw him. He's in good spirits. He's already rearing to get back, so that's good. I
went in there thinking best case scenario, and woke up with fully wrapped, and the doc saying, you're lucky we got at it, when we did.
How realistic was Christmas Eve or Christmas Eve return when you guys were talking about being ready to go?
In my mind, it was always Christmas Eve. In their mind, it was like, okay, we hear you, but let's slow down a little bit. We've got to give this thing time to heal. At the end of the day, it was split open. They left it open for 4 days. They had to go back and sew up the incision. Once I was able to move around a little bit and get past the infection possibility stage, it was about getting my wind back so I could go out there and play 79 snaps.
Hurts is destroyed at the 37.
Yeah, it worked well. Before the injury, you were having one of your better seasons, 87 tackles, leading the team, a forced fumble, the interception, and of course, the fumble return for a touchdown, which was a first in your career for you.
And the ball is out! Picked up by Jordan Hicks, and is loose! Touchdown!
This is your third defensive scheme, though, in 3 seasons to have learned. How is this one working so well for you?
I think just the nature of how attack-minded it is, how aggressive it is, the autonomy that the players have to control, different checks. I think it all plays to my personal advantage of playing downhill and playing fast and playing aggressive, right? I think players play best when they're not thinking as much and they're just going. And I think that's what this defense unlocks in a lot of guys.
And it's kept this team in the playoff hunt for sure. And with 2 games remaining in the regular season, you need to finish on a good note to make the postseason. So as a captain, what are you telling the guys this week?
It's one game at a time. It's one game at a time. Find a way to win this one, and we'll worry about next week when it comes.
It's that simple.
Simple. That's how it is.